Greetings, I'm your host, Dr. Wolfula, and welcome to the next installment of Wolfula News, where I talk about the latest shit happening in the world of horror. Now, some of you have shown a little concern over this animation, but don't worry, this animation is just for unscripted videos like this, so I can get these videos out faster. Scripted videos like my reviews will continue to have good old-fashioned, live-action Dr. Wolfula, so don't worry too much. And speaking of reviews, my Suspiria review will be coming soon, so you'll have that to look forward to. But enough of that, on to the news. Now, in case you're a horror fan who's been living under a rock, the Pet Sematary trailer dropped just a couple days ago, and the Child's Play remake trailer dropped today. Two fucking remake trailers, like, pretty much back to back. Oh boy, hopefully 2019 is, a good year for horror, cause, horror remakes usually aren't the best herald of things to come. But let's take a look at these trailers, shall we? Let's begin with the Child's Play trailer. There was quite a bit of viral buildup leading up to the release of the Child's Play remake trailer. Mostly this viral buildup tried to set up the smart doll angle of the film, which is, different. But ultimately, the trailer was super fucking short. It was just a minute long, and barely showed Chucky, and there wasn't a whole lot to go on besides the, basic tech angle, but you know, that's actually a good approach to horror movie trailers. You don't really want to give away too much. You don't want to reveal your villain. You want to keep him mysterious. So, on those counts, the trailer was pretty effective. But the elephant in the room here with the new Child's Play is the tech angle. They're going with smart dolls here. This time, it's not a good guy's doll that's been, possessed by some serial killer using voodoo. This time, it's an actual smart doll named a Buddy doll. And I guess one of these dolls is just sort of bugging out and it becomes a killer. I mean, maybe all the dolls are potential killers, I don't know. It's not totally clear, but I guess it's just the one killer doll. Just one of the dolls has a serial killer bug in them, I suppose. Which is a different approach. I think it might have actually been the original concept of Child's Play, maybe. I might be confused, though. I might be a little confused. The company manufacturing the dolls this time around is called Caslin, and it's implied that they basically have just a huge catalog of technology at their disposal. So they don't just make smart dolls, they make all kinds of shit, so they're like a trusted company. But it just feels like, essentially, this new Child's Play is Small Soldiers. Just this time it's Chucky. But I guess this time around, Small Soldiers in today's age makes a bit more sense than it did back in the 90s. We actually have smart dolls. Like, we didn't put fucking microchips inside fucking action figures like in that movie back in the 90s. So the concept makes a lot more sense. I just don't know if it necessarily needs to be explored with Chucky. I feel like you could pretty much make up a new killer doll, essentially, with just the smart angle. I mean, honestly, it might as well just be a fucking Roomba killing people in this trailer. And honestly, it's really hard for me to believe that they could make an affordable, sophisticated doll that's capable of killing people, let alone walking and talking. It's just a little hard for me to believe that they would make a doll that could actually grasp a knife, unless we're jumping really far into the future, unless we're jumping into AI, artificial intelligence territory here. I just don't totally buy it, honestly. And another thing I don't buy with this trailer is the fact that the kid in the trailer seems to be a lot older than Andy in the original film. He seems to be a preteen. He seems to be nearing teenagehood. He might even be a teenager, just a, you know, kind of shrimpy teenager, but a teenager nonetheless. I mean, I know it's like a smart doll. It's like all sophisticated and cool. It can move around and kill you and shit, but I don't know. I don't know about that, but the next thing that's really hard for me to believe in this trailer is Aubrey Plaza as a mother in a Child's Play movie, let alone a horror movie. Like, it's a little hard for me to believe Aubrey Plaza would work in a horror movie. I mean, maybe she's been in horror before. I think maybe she has, but it's just hard for me to believe. She's a talented, comedic, deadpan actress, for sure. But in a horror movie, I just can't take it seriously at all. There is potential, though, with this movie. It has a new creative vision and all. It doesn't have Don Mancini, or Mancini, however you pronounce his last name, I don't know. This time around, it's just new blood making this movie, writing and directing. So I am curious to see what they will come up with this movie. I am curious. It's kind of interesting to finally have Chucky in somebody else's hands for a change. It's going to be a completely different thing. It's probably not going to be Brad Dourif playing Chucky this time around. There's not going to be any Tiffany and any of that stuff. It's going to be a fresh new start. just, you know, with the close-ups they've shown of the Chucky doll so far, it doesn't look all that creepy, honestly. It doesn't look all that impressive or scary. I'll wait until I see a full view of Chucky. But part of me is afraid that there's a reason why they haven't been showing Chucky, and that reason is because he doesn't look fucking scary at all. He doesn't look intimidating, and I hope that's not the case. I really, really hope that's not the case. And hopefully this movie won't interfere with the upcoming sci-fi series that's coming out. Hopefully that show ends up doing okay. God, I gotta stop saying hopefully.
The pet cemetery.
Place to bury our pets and remember them. Might seem scary, but it's not. Perfectly natural.
Also, the trailer for the new Pet Sematary dropped recently, and the first trailer was really effective. Like, it pretty much just focused on the characters and the feel of the movie, and it kept things really, really mysterious. It was just a nice little effective, intense trailer. The second trailer, on the other hand, has a few more spoilers. It gives a bit more away, so if you don't want to hear these spoilers, skip to this time code, okay? Now, it becomes pretty clear in the middle of the trailer that the Pet Sematary remake goes in a completely new direction. This time around, the daughter dies and becomes undead, which is a little less heartbreaking compared to the little boy who dies. That little boy was so fucking cute, but it was a little hard to believe that little boy becoming a killer, honestly. But it's a little less believable for a older girl to die in the street compared to a little kid. It's give and take here. It's give and take here. But ultimately, you do get the angle of a toddler being in danger in this movie, in danger of this much more capable killer in the form of this little girl. So it kind of works, and it kind of doesn't work. It's a little give and take here. It's a little give and take. So it kind of makes the remake a bit more, I guess, necessary, because it's sort of an alternate universe, essentially. What if the little girl dies instead of the little boy? So I guess that's really the only major difference that I can tell in the trailer. But I have mixed feelings about what was shown in the second trailer. It looks a lot more over the top. The first trailer, it kind of presented this very grounded family dynamic. It felt like it was grounded more in reality, but in the second trailer, it has like cartoon lightning and just much more over-the-top visuals. I didn't really enjoy the second trailer compared to the first trailer. Second trailer just kind of gives away a little too much. You know, spoilers in trailers really suck. They really suck, and I understand that a lot of people try to avoid trailers now because they give away a lot. But the thing about spoilers in trailers is that even though it pisses off a lot of fans, it does get asses in the seats, you know? It does get people interested because this remake makes it pretty clear that it's going to be pretty different. It's going to be something a little bit different, a little bit new. They got my ticket, really. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. Like, it looks like an interesting new take on the old story. I just didn't really like this second trailer all that much. Kind of gave away a little too much, but at the same time, it got me really a little bit more interested. Okay, so that wraps up today's Wolfula news. Hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully you also enjoy the more frequent uploads. I know I definitely appreciate the more frequent uploads. Makes my channel a bit more relevant to people. Now, I'm just gonna plug my social media accounts. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Dr. Wolfula. Also, I'm gonna plug my Patreon here. Make sure to support my Patreon because I have this new feature called Secret Shows, which will be exclusive videos that you can only watch through Patreon. I have a new review up of Scooby-Doo and the Curse of the 13th Ghost. That's 13 minutes long. It's pretty meaty for a show that's only going to be on Patreon. So if you're interested, support the Patreon and you'll get to watch some exclusive content that nobody else gets to watch but you and just a few other special folks. So make sure to support the Patreon if you can, if you want to see some secret shows. Also, I'm gonna have a stream this weekend of The Shining, only on Patreon, so if you want to watch The Shining with me too, you get another bonus thing. Sounds good, right? Anyway, I've been Dr. Wolfula. I'll see you next time.